Okay, so I need to talk about something that genuinely has me excited about the Blue Jays this spring, and it's not who you think it is. Look, everybody's been locked in on Dylan Cease, right? People are hyped about Gausman. There's buzz around Max Scherzer being back. And yeah, all of that is completely warranted. But I've been watching this spring training closely, and there is one guy quietly putting together a case that nobody seems to want to give him credit for, and I think that's actually a mistake. Jose Berríos went out there against the New York Yankees this past Saturday and threw 4 completely clean innings, 0 hits, 0 runs, nothing against the Yankees. In spring training, sure, but the command, the movement, the confidence he was showing on the mound, that stuff doesn't just happen by accident. That's a guy who came in with something to prove and went out and proved it. Now let me give you the actual schedule for what's coming up because this is relevant. According to Sportsnet's Arden Zwelling, here's how the pitching schedule is laid out over the next several days. Kevin Gausman gets the ball Tuesday the 3rd, Wednesday's an off day, Dylan Cease takes the mound Thursday the 5th, then Friday the 6th, Berríos starts and Eric Lauer follows him in relief, and then Saturday the 7th, Max Scherzer goes. So this is really the stretch where we get to see the full rotation take shape in real time. And what I keep coming back to is Berríos on Friday. Because here's the thing, this is a guy who has been largely overlooked in conversations about Toronto's pitching staff, and I genuinely don't understand why. Since he got traded from Minnesota back in July 2021, he has made 138 starts for this organization. Through 5 years, he's sitting at a 4.09 ERA and a 1.245 WHIP. That is a consistent, reliable, innings-eating starter. That is somebody you can build around. But somehow, when fans list off Toronto's rotation, Berríos is almost never the first name out of their mouth. Last season was rough for him, I won't pretend it wasn't. Injuries derailed what could have been a strong year, and he never really found his rhythm. But what I'm seeing this spring is a different version of that guy. He's already thrown 6.2 innings across 2 starts. He's got 4 strikeouts on the board. And that outing against New York? That wasn't just good for a spring training appearance, that was sharp by any standard. Here's what I think people are missing. When Cease is locked in as your ace, and Gausman is right behind him, and Scherzer is healthy enough to contribute, what that actually does is take pressure off guys like Berríos. He doesn't need to be the hero. He doesn't need to go out there and carry the team on his back. He just needs to be solid, go deep into games, keep the ball in the yard, and let the offense do its thing. And that is absolutely something he is capable of doing. The question with him has never really been talent. It's always been durability. If he stays healthy, and that is still the big if, this could genuinely be a bounce-back year. A season where he reminds people exactly why Toronto gave up 2 legitimate prospects in Austin Martin and Simeon Woods Richardson to acquire him in the first place. That was not a small trade. That was a bet on this guy being a frontline starter for years. I'm not sitting here telling you Berríos is going to win a Cy Young or anything like that, but I am telling you that if you're building out your expectations for what this Blue Jays rotation looks like in 2026, he is a piece of this puzzle that deserves way more attention than he's currently getting. A healthy, motivated, confident Berríos makes this entire staff deeper. It makes every matchup more manageable. It gives manager John Schneider real options. Watch his start Friday. Watch how he commands the zone. Watch how he sequences his pitches. Watch how he responds when he faces adversity on the mound. That's where you'll see who this guy really is heading into the regular season. The foundation is already there. He just has to stay on the field. If he does that, and right now early signs say he can, the Blue Jays rotation in 2026 might be a lot more dangerous than people are giving it credit for. Drop a comment below. Are you buying the Berríos bounce back, or do you think it's still too early to tell? Let's talk about it.